Hello everyone, welcome to our data interpretation video series. In this video, we're going to talk about pie charts as part of the data interpretation video series brought to you by Learning Made Easy team, a team of IIM grads in association with our e-learning partner GTCUBE Get to the Top. If you're watching this video in the YouTube channel, do check out our full-length courses available for free at gtcube.com/store, where you'll get to watch these videos as part of a course and also get to practice a lot of questions to enhance your understanding. So let's get started. So if you've seen our earlier videos of data interpretation series, we have discussed about a piece of information. There are two shops in a town, their individual sales over the last 5 years and how it would look like in a tabular form. So let's put this into a pie chart. So for pie chart, we need to create two different pie charts for both the shops. And how exactly do we create this? I'll come to that. So this is the piece of information I have. So if you see, pie chart is basically done through the angle. That is, what will be the entire angle made by a circle? 360 degrees, right around the center, the central angle. Right. So if I know the individual share of this 360 degrees, I'll use that angle. For example, let's talk about this 250. So how would I know its share in this 360 degrees? It will be 250 by the sum of all the values, right? That is all of these values. For shop A, the total is 300 plus 200, 550, 950, 1150, 1250. Right, so 250 by 1250 is the share of this 360 degrees. Now the fraction of 360 degrees that this part will take is 250 by 1250. That's 1 by 5, 72. So this angle will be 72 degrees. What about 400? 400 by 1250 into 360. Right, so it will be approximately 25 5s are 25 16s are, right? 5 3s are, so approximately 108. It will be slightly more than that, but I'm just approximating it to 108 degrees. Then similarly, what about 200? 200 would be approximately 54 degrees. Same 200 by 1250. Similarly, 100 will be 27 degrees and this will be 81 degrees. Okay, let me write outside 81 degrees. That is how we calculate, that is how the pie chart gets constructed. The logic that it is 360 degrees. Similarly, for this also, I just need to sum them up. 550, 750, 940, 400, 1300. And individual angles with this will be 200 by 1300 into 360 degrees, and that will be the angle made at the center. So that will be how the shares will be calculated for each part. 300 by 1300 into 360, etc. So again, the logic, read the title, read these legends or legends. So this says the dark blue, this is for 2015, the green is 2016, and so on, right? I just need to be able to pick it. So if I ask you for shop B in 2019, how many units did it sell? 400. For shop A in 2017, how many units did it sell? That's orange or brownish, so I'll pick this 400. Now that's how I read these pie charts. Sometimes I might not see the absolute values, I might see the angles, I might see percentages. I'll get into that. Let's look at this in the next slide. So pie charts can be represented by the absolute values, the percentages, or the angles. If you see the same piece of information, shop A in 2015 it sold 300, 16, 250, 417, 218, and 119. These are the actual values that are being sold in units. I can give that as percentages. Right, what will be the percentage of 300? 300 by the sum, if you remember, it's 1250 into 100. Right, this will be closer to, you see this, 25 5s are, 25 4s are, right? So it's 120 by 5, that is 24%. That is what the percentage is. For this, 250 by 1250 into 100 will be 20%. Similarly, 400 is 32, 16, 8. So these are the individual percentages. So you might get to see a pie chart only talking in percentages. If I ask you from this pie chart alone, how many units did shop A sell in 2015? I cannot give you the actual answer. All I can say is, 24% of the total sales in 5 years is the number of sales units sold by shop A in 2015. I only know that. I cannot know the actual value is 300 unless I know the total value. Keep that in mind. If the pie chart is talking in percentages, I need to have some clue to figure out what is the total value so that I can find out the individual absolute values. These are just the percentages. I know that out of 100% it is 20%. If my total value is 300 units, I would have sold 60 units. If my total value is 1250, I would have sold 250 units. So this piece of information is required. Whereas if the pie chart is actually showing me the absolute values, I can straight away say that shop A in 2015 it sold 300, 215, 2016 and so on. What is the total value? I just need to sum them up. The third type is giving in angle values, right? So 72 degrees, 86.4 degrees, 28.8 degrees, 57.6 degrees, 115.2 degrees. All of these are basically giving in angles so that I can actually do the same thing. Let's say I tell you that the total value is 1250. Okay, the units sold by the shop A in all 5 years together is 1250 units. How many units did it sell in 2016? It is seeing 72 degrees here. So 72 degrees, the total is 360 degrees. Out of 360 degrees into 1250. 72 ones are 72 fives are 5 250s are. So it is 250 units. Right, same as how I will do for percentage. I know 20%, 20 by 100 into total units is 1250. 21s are 25s are 5 250s are gives me total as 250 units. The same I do with the angles also. 72 degrees out of 360 degrees. 20% out of 100, that's why it is 20 by 100. This is 72 by 360. That is how I calculate. Right, let's look at a sample problem. Again, this piece of information will be used for 4 questions. Look at this, read the information, solve the question along with us one by one, pass the video, try it, and then continue, see the solution. We'll go to the next question, pass the video, try the question, and also see the solution after you've solved it. So what is this pie chart about? Monthly expenditure of a family on food, house rent, clothing, education, fuel, and miscellaneous. Study the pie chart and answer the questions. The title is family expenditure. I see rent, food, miscellaneous, fuel, education, clothing. They have given in percentages for me here. Do I know how much is the total expenditure? Just from the information of this pie chart? Nope. Do I know how much is the family spending on rent? I know that it is 20% of the total expenditure, but I don't know what is the total expenditure in rupees or dollars. That's why I cannot comment on even the actual value of this rent. So if you see the question, it says if the expenditure for food is $9,000, then the expenditure for education is. You see what is expenditure for food according to the pie chart? Food is this blue 30%. So 30% of the total expenditure is $9,000. So they are asking how much are they putting up in on education, right? Education is brown, 18%. This is what I need to find out. If I find out the total expenditure, then obviously I can find 18%, right? 30% of total expenditure is 9,000, 3,000. So that's basically saying total expenditure is 30,000. Once I know this, what is 18%? Is 18 by 100 into 13,000. Right, this is 5,400. So the answer would be 5,400. Other way to look at this is this, to not waste too much of time in finding this. 30% is 9,000. So what is 3%? 300. Sorry, 900, right? My bad. 30% is 9,000. 3% will be 900. And 18% will come when I do into 6 times. So this into 6 is $5,400. Right? So this is of same value, right? 30% of total expenditure, 18% of total expenditure is the same value. That's why we can actually do this way. 30% is 9,000, then 18% should be also similar proportion. So other way to look at is this: 30% is 9,000. What about 18%? X. So I do 30 by 18 is equals to 9,000 by X. 30 by 18 is 9,000 by X. So 6 3s are 6 5s are 5, 1800. So X is 5,400. It's all the same thing that I'm doing, just I'm showing you different ways to solve it faster if you are comfortable with this percentages and basic concepts. The second question is talking about the central angle of the sector for the expenditure on the fuel is. So I have to convert the percentage to degrees, right? I know that 100% is 360 degrees. What is the central angle for sector on fuel? Fuel is this color, so that is 15%. So I just need to know 15% equates to what angle? 100 by 15 is 360 by x. 5 2s are 5 3s are 2 18s are, so x is 54. So it is 54. Other way to look at is this. 15% is 15 by 100 of 360 degrees. 5 3s are 5 20s are 20 18s are, so this is also 54. Whatever the way you do, it's the same thing. Percentage to angle, I can simply do this. 15% to angles is 15% of 360 degrees gives me the angle. If the expenditure on fuel is 3,000, then the total expenditure excluding expenditure on house rent and education is, you see, what is the fuel? 15%. So 15% is basically equals to 3,000. What is the total expenditure excluding expenditure on house rent and education? What is the rent? 20%. Education 18%. So the total is 100%. I just need to exclude the rent and the education, that is 38%. This will come to be 62%. So I just need to find out what will be the 62% equivalent thing. So 15 by 62 is equals to 3000 by x. 15 ones are 15 200s are, so x will be 62 into 200. So this will be $12,400, right? Again, as I did earlier, you can do this. If I know 15% of total expenditure is 3000, so total expenditure must be 15 by 100 into total expenditure is 3000. So that gives me total expenditure as 20,000. Once I know it, I just need to do 62% is the total excluding the house rent and education. 100 minus 20 plus 18, 38%. So 62% of 20,000 gives me 12400. This also gives me the same answer, but this will be the faster and efficient manner. The last one, the total percentage of expenditure on house rent, clothing and fuel is greater than the percentage of expenditure on food buy. So what is the total percentage of expenditure on house rent, clothing and fuel? House rent 20, clothing is this color, so that's 12, and fuel is this 15. What is this? 32 plus 17, 47%. And food is 30%. Ideally, this is a bit confusing actually. It's not right in terms of the way the statement is set up. It would have been the total percentage of expenditure is greater than the percentage of expenditure on food buy. Here I can see the option wise it should be 17, so 47%, 30%. But when I say something is more than something by what, it should have been slightly more clear in terms of other way to look at is this 47% is how much percent more than 30%, right? This will come to be approximately 50%, slightly more than that, 56.66% to be precise, but that's okay. The question should have been slightly better constructed, but the question was meant to be basically asking me to subtract the percentage of expenditure on house rent, clothing, fuel minus the food. So that's 47 minus 13, that is 17 is the difference. So thank you for watching this video. If you're watching this video in the YouTube channel, do check out our full-length courses available for free at gtcube.com/store, where you'll get to watch these courses as part of the course and also practice a lot of questions that would help you to understand things better and also get a good practice. Also do like our partners Facebook page, facebook.com/gtcube3, where you'll get to watch these videos as part of, you'll get many updates because we're coming up with a lot of content, and you will get notifications if you follow that page. So do like the partners Facebook page. Thank you for watching this video, and let's meet in the next video.